What's up? Louis Demarche. I hope I'm saying that right. Louis Demarche? Or is it Louise? Hey, Ashley. Ashley Olsen. What's up? How's your Monday evening going so far? Is it good? Oh, that's pretty good. Uh, you seem to be having a United Kingdom flag there as your profile picture. I don't know if it is United Kingdom. Maybe it is Australia, New Zealand. But it looks like United Kingdom. Am I right? Yes. Oh, UK. So for you guys, it must be like what's the time now? 7:43 here. So what, 2 a.m.? 2 a.m. I suppose. 2:30 maybe. Why is there not anybody watching though? That's a great question. I think that is because I do not have anything fancy or entertaining to offer. Like, I don't play tarot cards. I don't do any AI slop. I don't, do ASMR videos like. Or I don't play any games and stream them. So probably that is why not a lot of people are interested in that. I'm just here for conversations. Like, if you guys have any conversations, any specific things to talk about, I'm more than happy. And what I'm currently doing now is also walking. So I happen to understand that I am 40 pounds or my metric friends here about 18 kilograms overweight. So one of the ways that I'm trying to burn a lot of calories is by walking maybe 10 or 15,000 steps every day. So hey, Ami, you have my kind heart to offer. Well, I guess so. I'm very glad to see you here. Do you play crazy? I don't play crazy. I don't know if it is a video game. I do act crazy sometimes. I've been told to be somebody who acts crazy. So there's that. Yeah, there you go. Amy said it right. I'm just crazy at times. How are you, Ami? How's it going? Sorry, yesterday I had to hop off the stream pretty quick. I had to go and make some things, and I was also not in the best of my, best frame of my mind. So I had to quickly move out. Why don't you play games? I do. I do play one game. In fact, I do play two games. One online and in a computer, and one physically. So I play chess. I also play um, Age of Empires. It's a it's a role-based, turn-based strategy game. It's something that's close to my heart and childhood, so I just play that. I like the question. What's your comfort thought? Not an easy one. Yeah, it is not an easy one. I mean, we all have our comfort thoughts to go to whenever we are sad or, you know, uh, bogged down. So we all need our, you know, light in the night to look to. So yeah, it must be pretty late for you, isn't it? Actually, like UK. Um, yeah, I'm doing okay, as good as possible in this situation. How about you? I'm doing well too. Um, I'm glad to know that you're okay, given the situation, and it is okay even if you're not okay. I mean, uh, it's it's not an easy thing, and it would be foolish to think that one could navigate easily through such a situation. So I wouldn't really assume even, that you would be okay. I mean, yeah, I'm okay. I don't know, I've become a little lazy, I think. So I need to get to my mojo. I need to do a lot more better work, I think. Um, Work has not been very good. Like, as you know, I'm kind of a guy who always needs something to go on, otherwise I go crazy. I go mad if I don't have anything to work on, if I don't have any challenging tasks, if I don't have anything tough to conquer, I go crazy. So, and I don't have any, because it was December year end and we had already completed all our audit reports and finalizations by December second week. From December 18th onwards, I did not have anything else to do. And even today, I just logged in, attended one morning call with my boss, and my boss was like, buddy, I don't have any work, we'll see what's gonna happen. So I'm like scratching my head and I'm like, okay, is there anything I can learn? And I don't know. So just so that I can keep my mind occupied and engaged, I might possibly pick up a programming language, just so that it's not very crazy. you know like, it's a good skill to learn. So or I could read books. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. We'll see. Do you play Call of Duty, Ashley? I used to play Call of Duty, but I don't play anymore. It's too much. It's too fast for me, if that makes sense. Like, I don't really enjoy like measuring my speed and response speed. So yeah. So yeah. Thank you. I know it will take time. Yeah, it's gonna take time. It should. It should. It should take time. Otherwise, what will happen is you will heal on the outside, but inside that wound will remain. And when the wound remains on the inside, it is very much possible that it can open up any time. So, not a good thing. I need to go. Oh, okay, yeah. Understandable, Ashley. Thank you for being here. And as you might have noticed, this is more or less a boring chat. Not very boring, but more like a, fun, inward-looking, deep, thought-provoking kind of chat. That's how I envision it to be, because there is enough chats outside that share jokes, have fun, talk about politics, talk about, I don't know, ASMR, like so yeah, this is that kind of chat. Sorry to hear about your work. I feel like January is a very slow month for many workplaces. Yeah, it is. I mean, we have some good goals set for 2026, but I'm not really sure if you know, people have started on those goals. So um, once it starts, I think it will be pretty good, I guess. Like I'll have something to work on. And obviously, from a personal front, I want to drop weight. um, yeah, I've been feeling very unhealthy, so uh, I just thought maybe this is a good way for me to live stream on a daily basis and get to my walking goals. So it's about, anyway, it's cold outside. It's about 28 degrees. I'm not gonna be able to walk outside, so I might as well walk inside. Oh, and there's a game that's free. You can play that live. It's called Mr. Hobbs Playhouse. It's scary though. Oh, okay, that's interesting to know. Um, Back in my day, we used to play mini clip games. I don't know if you guys even know about it. There used to be a website called miniclip.com, and it would just have this small arcade games or sports games. We used to play it. Oh, I'm glad you're back. Now, instead of Ashley, you became Blender? Interesting. I like scary games, but I rather watch gameplay than playing myself. Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same boat unless it is Age of Empire. So, I have played it too, and I can give you advice. Thank you for that. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, possibly one day when we run out of topics, when we don't have anything to say, and hopefully that day, no, it does not come very fast, but yeah, we'll see. Are you back into the routine, Ami? Have you started going back to your workplace, that historical place where you need to be, and you dress up as a historical farmer or peasant? Or, I mean, I would assume that January is cold and probably you don't have as many number of people coming in, so yeah. I saw M's video in the snow. Yeah, it was. It was just a moment, and I just wanted to capture that moment. Like, I don't know how to edit videos like you do. You do a fantastic job at it, and I just wanted to capture that moment in its essence, and she was really enjoying. I mean, we have experienced snow before, but still, snow is something that's amazing. Like, how can something so be, white and pure, run around? So, so, and she becomes a little kid. So, I needed to change my name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wish I could change my name too. I usually don't work at the historic site during winter. The Christmas parade was the last event until spring. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I would imagine there aren't a lot of people, visiting the historical site during winter. It's gonna be cold. So, how long did your jet lag last after you got back from India? I did not feel the jet lag on the first couple of days, interestingly. Maybe because I think I slept through my flight. I don't know. I was so tired, I just slept through my flight. But once I got back here and that initial tiredness was over, then I started feeling that jet lag, and it was not easy for me. Like, it took a toll. It took about 1 week. And also because mine was a little more extended trip. I was there almost a month. So my body clock had already adjusted the opposite of day and night, whatever that is here in the US. So that was kind of tricky, so to speak. Yeah, but it took about a week, and I'm assuming like you are okay now. Like, I know you were gone for a week, and I hope am I lagging? Am I lagging now? I mean, I have the same thing. The first day I don't feel it, but after 2 days I feel, yeah, it is. It is like, you think you can push through, you're young. I mean, figuratively speaking. And that, we can sort of push through it, but what really happens is, like, after one day, you try to rest and you try to sort of bring to your normal rhythm, but it doesn't really happen. Hey, how are you? Just pretend I said something funny and insightful. Yeah, I hope so. Anybody is welcome here to be funny and to be insightful. So I try to be, and sometimes I miserably fail. But more often than not, I try to be. So I think that's a good thing. Hey, Ashley. Also, what's your comfort thought, since you asked a question? Oh my god. I never knew the questions I asked will come back to me. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I do have a comfort thought. And my comfort thought revolves around the fact that, I'm just a little speck, and whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, this is how it goes. Basically, before me telling that, Ami, this is another channel, I follow, Fly on Education. She is the nerd's nerd on books. She's amazing with books. Her entire house is full of books. And guess what? She has snakes, she has falcons, and she's also great at falconry, like, flying falcons. She's like, you know, I don't know what to say. And she's fun. She has a, very quick wit, and she's amazing. And obviously, like, she is kind of that kind of a cool, we would probably be, happy to hang around with. Kind of a nerdy, weird, anti people. I mean, not anti people, but more like, inward looking kind of cool. That is she. So she's amazing. And I know your name, but I want to, protect your name. So that's why I did not mention your name. And I'm just saying Fly on Education. And Ami, who is coming here as less or more Rika, she's also another channel I follow. I am kind of the official troll of that channel, officially appointed troll. And she's amazing, and she's probably the most purest and kindest soul you can probably see in web. She is a German living in the US, and she also speaks fluent Mandarin. And she is kind of, I would say, kind of like, somebody who wears their soul on their arms, on their sleeves. I know it's a weird expression, but so yeah, she's like that. She's amazing. Yeah, Anna. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you're comfortable with it. Nerdy and proud. Love when you join the lives. Yeah. I'm always happy to join your lives too. How much do I have to pay you to say that about my channel, Funny? You have to pay a lot. You have to pay a lot. Yeah. So introduction is done. Anyway, so as I was saying, my comfort thought is always about the fact that, like, at the end of the day, when I put my 100% of effort, whether it is good or bad, whether things are in my control or not in my control. My comfort thought is always that, like, it doesn't matter. Like 100 years from now, nobody is gonna remember about it. 5 years from now, nobody is gonna remember what you're going through. Probably even you yourself won't remember. So there isn't much point in taking a lot of stress and tension about it, and seeing myself and my personality or my individuality as something insignificant compared to the whole things that are happening. So I know it's not sort of undercutting myself or my relevance. It's more like, keeps me grounded. Who cares? Hey, good thing happened to me. Who cares? This will also pass. This too shall pass. Very bad thing happened to me. Okay, I mean, I might survive this, but yeah, that's pretty much about it. So that's kind of my comfort thought. So yeah, so that's where I am mentally, and that has been driving me. It also gives me a fair amount of mental fortitude and health, and I believe that like, I'm here, good things happening that are here, bad things happening that are here, but it doesn't matter. I can oscillate between the both, between both ends, both extremes, but I'll always come back to this. So keeps me grounded, keeps me humble, keeps me positive, or rather I should say neutral. So that's my friend. Thanks, my friend. Same to you. Oh yeah, of course. Rika just subscribed. Yay! Isn't it nice when you introduce good people to good people? That's a good thought. Thanks for sharing. I have similar one, I guess. Oh, thanks, Anna. Where are you from, by the way? I'll check out your channel. Oh yeah, you should check out her channel. She's like, she's having snakes in her home, and she does these cool things, and the way she describes books, it feels like she's living them. She has lived them. So that's the good thing about people who read a lot. And I've always told Anna about this, like, I'm envious of people who get to read a lot of books, because they live a lot of lives, they see a lot of lives, and it's amazing. So yeah, that's okay. Oh, thanks, Anna. Where are you from? I'll check out your channel in a second. Yeah, check it out. It's amazing. Northeast US. Yeah, I'm also in Northeast US. Kind of a Midwest, but still Northeast. I mean, not as far as East, but still, yeah, that's fine. Art and animals. Books count as art. Oh yeah, obviously. They do paint a picture, don't they? I wish reading counted as oh, seriously, I wish reading burned calories, It would have been nice, actually. Are your legs tired? Not yet, Louis. I hope not. I have to hit my 15,000. Oh, by the way, I got this. These are pretty cool. So I saw one of the Shark Tank episodes, and this was actually a pretty cool thing. I think it is called Bala Bangles. Obviously, I did not buy the original Bala Bangles because they were expensive. But these are like 1 pound bangles that you can attach to your arms and legs. And I have one on my legs as well. That kind of increases the weight and your efforts, and you can burn calories. So it's a good thing. I really like it. I'm wearing this, and this was probably my New Year's gift, so it was great. Subscribed, and I saw a title that said which are cringe, referring to the show or game. Probably the show, I would assume. But yeah, so that's basically my comfort thought. What are your comfort thoughts? Show. Ah, bye. Um, though I also have a series about the books. What step are you on? What step am I on? Oh, you mean like I'm on a walking pad? So I'm not on a stepper. I'm on a walking pad, but that's I think 5 or 8 degrees inclined. I don't know the degrees. It just has a stand. Um, so it's kind of cool. And currently, I probably have a long way to go. I think. I'm only at step 7,000. So. Hey Sapphire, how's it going for you? Oh, how many steps toward 15K? Um, yeah, so I am nearing 7K, so that's another 7K there, and 3 miles now, so I would assume that I would probably walk 6 miles. Yeah. Hey Sapphire, yeah, what happened yesterday, by the way? I don't know. I got a call and I had to be on that call for some time, and I accidentally, and maybe because it was not an internet call, it was like, on your phone line, I had to disconnect it and I couldn't continue. I'm sorry about that. I know we were speaking something and we were talking about something, and it got disconnected. Sorry about that, but glad that you're back. Yeah, bye Louis. Thank you for the suggestion on the game. I appreciate it. And possibly I will play it one day. I'm not really a streamer. I'm on YouTube for one thing and one thing only, that is to talk to people, talk to nice people, to weird and cool people. And you seem weird and cool. So thanks for being here, and thanks for hanging around. I wish I had a walking thingy like you find. Oh yeah, for the live stream, that's really cool. Yeah, it is, and honestly, it is not even that expensive. So basically, I got this from Facebook Marketplace for about $80, and the MRP on this thing is about $130. It's about 5 feet long, and I mean I could probably mail you the photograph of it, and the brand or something, but you get that in Walmart as well, and it is pretty good, like especially in the snow. Ohio being Ohio, I can't get out, so it kind of gives me some time and space to walk. It conserves space and it gives me a lot of time. So, and I thought anyway I have to drop 40 pounds, so I might as well live stream on a daily basis, and I don't know, be weird and be nerdy while walking. So that's a good exercise, I thought. I appreciate you appreciating conversations rather than just doing stuff to get people's attention and getting clicks. Yeah, you know me. I'm too boring for that. So I can't do that stuff. I can't share anything. I can't do this ASMR, that thing. I must be like super weird to do that. So yeah, I'm kind of weird that way. But yeah, it's not bad. Yes, Marco, make sure to let us know all about the Great Ohio. Yeah, I mean, Ohio is only good for two things. to get cheap gas. It's cheaper than, I would say, Pennsylvania or even New England states on the eastern seaboard, or even Kentucky for Midwest, that matter, Kentucky or Tennessee. It is also good to get out of, like, uh, the best thing to do in Ohio State is to leave. That's a running joke. So, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I can't complain. Uh, Whenever you guys get a chance, uh, you know, just share what your comfort thought is. It would be nice to know. And you too, Safar and Anna. I would say the opposite actually. Boring people don't have anything to talk about and have to rely on other stuff. The same, or just being loud and obnoxious. Yeah, very loud and very obnoxious. I know how that feels. It's a weird thing. Yeah, but so I thought, like, I have this walking pad and I might as well live stream on a daily basis and get my 15,000 steps. So I calculated this way. I am 170 pounds. I'm a very short guy, so 5 feet 4 inches. So if I walk 15,000 steps every day consistently, I need 1,500 calories. I've done my math, you know that. So in 6 months, I'll be able to drop about 25 pounds. But I just need to be consistent. So I don't know if I will be able to do it. ASMR is a strange subject. I never liked it, but I think I understand the appeal. Some ASMR helps me to get to sleep. No, I mean, I completely agree with you, Anna. Like, some ASMR does. You know what my ASMR is? I do that too. I play hour-long podcasts, philosophical thoughts, or historical, depictions or narrations of events, book summaries, political agendas, business strategies. Like, I play that kind of stuff that are like coherent language, sentence, where I can close my eyes and put on my headset and just listen to it, focus on the words. So as I hear those words in my mind, as I close my eyes, I construct those sentences, and that's good. I mean, I'm able to sort of, it's a form of meditation, I would say. Like, I'm able to focus on one thing. What I don't really agree with, and this is partially because maybe I don't understand it enough, is like, what is the point of doing this repeated sounds? And I know that's what ASMR stands for, but like doing this thing or making that sound, scratching on the mic, that just grosses me out. I mean, it's not that I'm against it. It's just that I don't see the point of it. Like, does it help you meditate? Good. I mean, is it for me? I don't think so. Oh, I just have to scroll a little. I understand it to some degree. I'm just not a fan of that weird kind of ASMR where it is objective. Yeah, exactly. I just don't get it. I like ASMR, good, but are there good quality ASMRs or bad quality ASMRs? I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea, I think. I absolutely hate the whispering. That's me insane. Yeah, I mean, you're not alone, Sapphire. Like, I know sometimes I find it very odd. Like, an adult whispering things and about 400 people on the live stream listening to it, like, it's mind-boggling. It kind of, segues into mass psychology, like, how psychology works. Like, collectively, as a whole, a group of people, quite a number of people, listening to the same meaningless things, and maybe meaningless for me and maybe meaningful for them, um, and making sense out of it, and they're all aligned, they're all like, it kind of reminds me of that scene in the first movie of Avatar, where all of those, you know, um, individual beings in Pandora sat under that big tree, mother tree, and they are connected through their tail or whatever body part that is. Yeah, it just makes me feel like that. But I just don't know what they're connecting to, if that makes sense. I don't know what that big tree is. I love rain ASMR, for example, or people walking through snow. Yeah, I get what do you say. I mean, like, you know, repeated sounds. For me, that's more of a white noise. Like, I don't know if there is a difference between white noise and ASMR, but I do the same thing while working. I have difficulty in concentrating. You know, I mean, like my father and all those things. I don't know if that it is that, but whatever it is. Anyway, I have difficulty in concentrating, so I put on some music, cover my ears, and then work, and I'm able to focus. That's the only way I can focus. For sleeping, I don't know. I'm not very sure about it. Yeah. Like, do we need microphone? Yeah. Oh my god, even you saying that makes me feel gross about it. And rubbing and all that weird stuff here on YouTube, that's more like only, yeah, fans only kind of thing. Kinda ruins YouTube a bit. You're being kind, my friend. It, for me, yeah, it kind of ruins. I only like some people whispering. I can tell in the first 30 seconds if it is going to get on my nose. Yeah, absolutely. I understand whispering, but what I do not understand is that social context of whispering. Like, yes, you are lying down in the night, let's assume, and you are hearing somebody whispering, but anyway, you are using a headset. You can lower the volume and talk in a normal voice. Like, I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm just gonna take a 2-minute break. Fly lol. If it helps you fall asleep, why not? Anything that comforts you. Yeah, absolutely. You know, to each his or her own. Yeah, I agree with you, Safar. I think I understand it a little. I absolutely run on music. I listen to it constantly, and there are people who think it's a waste of time, and there are all the same. Yeah, there are people like that. I have to listen to music, and sometimes what I do is I play only one song constantly on repeat, and you know, it's a tricky thing, you know. But for me, after like the 15th or 16th time, the music kind of fades away. Like, I don't even listen to it. It's just in me, you know. Yeah. White noise is almost a little too harsh for me. I prefer brown or pink noise. You should try if you haven't. I don't know honestly what that means. I'm just using white noise in the context of the thing that blocks out other things. Yeah, but I should probably try it. Rika, I listen to brown noise while studying or trying to calm down. It's great. I don't even know what brown noise and pink noise is. Like, I should probably give it a try. I feel like we're sitting here watching you suffer. I'm not. This is suffering that I have put myself into. I'm just kidding. No, it is not. I know, like, I'm super unhealthy. I need to drop weights and I need to be better. So that's the reason. And let me see, where am I at in terms of Wouldn't it be funny if I drop the water mug now? Huh, 1 second. I feel like a bunch of calories per What on earth is pink noise? I don't know. Pink and brown has a different frequency and less high pitches, I think. It sounds very different, that's all I know. Yeah. I mean, I did not even know that until you said it at me, so probably I need to check it out. Let me just see how many. No, I'm not calling anybody. Ugh. I have a long way to go. Anyway. The internet is a weird and wonderful place. Yes, my friend. You know, it's up to you to, go to the heart of the internet or to the eyes or the stinky belly button. You don't want to, go to those places, So, just want to pick the right place. Think of white noise like static or, So, that is right. I also listen to this ADHD high frequency notes, that kind of binaural notes basically, like there will be like two notes and the sound wave will be going between them. That's kind of fun. The stinky belly button of the you don't want to go. You don't want to go there. It's not a place where none of us want to go. No, but the point is, like, there are good things that are on YouTube, and then there are bad things. Now, I don't know if I told you this. I think I told Shuriken this. Like in 2025, the highest paid YouTube channel, aside from content creators, like professional content creators like Mr. Beast or whoever, was an AI channel based out of India, and the name of that channel is Bandar. I don't know what that means. Say hi. Wait, I'm gonna cover this. Yeah. Yeah, that's M, by the way, my significant other. She claims that she is the better half. I'm not very sure about it. Hello? Are you the better half?
You are my better half.
Are you sure? Okay, that's good. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Come say hi once more.
Only my hand.
Only your hand will come. Okay, no face reveal. Second time. Okay, go, 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 go. Close the door now. So yeah, that's kind of my better half. Better? Yeah, better. I watched the shot of you trying to teach your spouse other language. Impossible. Yeah, I know. It is. It is kind of impossible if you think about it. Yeah, that's a language. That's basically the language of the place where I grew up in, and it is only spoken by 30 million people. That's it. It's just 30 million people in the entire world. So, me and my spouse, we don't speak the same language. We don't speak each other's language. And the only medium we have is English. So sometimes it's fun to try and see if we can learn each other's language. So, yeah. I couldn't understand how you were even making some of those sounds. Yeah. So that language, the one that I told about 30-35 million people speaking, it's It is considered as one of the toughest languages in the world because of pronunciation as well as complexities of grammar. It is a tricky thing. I am forever haunted with not being able to roll my. yeah, yeah, yeah. I, I I can remember the shot, but I don't really remember the words. Oh yeah. Anyway, what is that language called? Yeah, that language is called Malayalam. So that is Mala, as in malpractice, Mala. Yalam. Yalam as in like, yam or whatever. And lamb. Lamb as in lamb. It's Malayalam. Malayalam. It's a tough language. And it is phonetically and literature wise it's quite difficult to learn. It's also quite difficult to converse in it, but it is structurally very sound. But it's a language that's getting evaporated. So you said you speak 4 languages, right? I speak 6. I mean, I fluently speak 3 apart from English, and then I speak the other 2 in a very basic proficiency. So I speak 5 plus 1, 6. Yeah. But aside from English, the rest all of them are South Asian languages. Yeah. I mean, you take any European, and probably they are able to speak at least 3 languages. Like, take Ami for example. Ami speaks English, German, fluent Mandarin, and she can speak Italian and a little bit of French. I don't know if it is Italian or if it is Dutch. I'm sorry, I might have confused myself, but yeah, one of those, and then a little bit of French. So not little bit, I mean her French is pretty good. So she speaks about 4 or 5 languages. So it's just a non-US thing. Swedish. Oh, okay. Swedish, yeah. So, oh, absolutely, that counts. I can speak cat and hawk. Absolutely. Why wouldn't count? Like, if you can get a cat, then, and speaking of cats, I should also say that Ami has a cat whom I don't like. Ami knows this. I am the dog person in their channel. Oscar the king, go Oscar. And she has a cat who is probably, I don't know, 20 pounds? Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, speaking cat is nice, but do they listen? That's the question. I speak gibberish. Might come in handy somewhere. You never know. I love cat language. When they give you the nice eyes, like the blinking thing they do, so cute. Yeah, I know they're cute. I don't trust them. Cats are, I don't know. As a person who has never had cats, no. And yes, Rusty is 21 pounds. I don't know. Go Oscar, always. Hey, thank you for hanging around, Safira. I appreciate that. You also have a great day. And before you go, if you can just leave, what is your comfort thought? Like, what thought do you go to just to make yourself comfortable? I think it'll be great. I think training animals is rewarding because you have to communicate without any language at all. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it also sort of like that training or that communication, I think it goes beyond the structure of any language that's known to us. So I think it's an immense effort, and probably even I like to think that it kind of opens up a dimension of communication that we are not even familiar with. So yeah. I know your team always. I'm always team Oscar. Where do I put the NAS? Just put it in the chat. So far, you rely on other things than language. It's just words, but has so much more. I learned that from cats and horses. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, one would imagine like this is the thing that kind of keeps me awake. Like, imagine a situation where all adults died. Okay, that's a grimy situation, I know, but still, let's humor me for a second here. Like, imagine a situation where all adults died, and all the books that we have that are written, all the internet, all the streamings, all the scriptures, all the things that where language is written is gone. Then, and there are a bunch of babies, like let's assume there are like 100 million babies. Okay, they are all put in an incubator and they're all growing up and they have the means to be safe and to grow, but in what language would they communicate? Like 10,000 years of human evolution, still the language is not imprinted in our brains. Like, if I was born in Germany, German would have been my mother tongue, and if I was born in Japan, Japanese would have been my mother tongue. So there has to be a dimension of communication that extends beyond the structure of a language. So kind of interesting to think in that sense. Or even when my dad lost his ability to talk and was stuck in his bed, we started communicating with our eyes and smiles. Words are, yeah, absolutely, words are just words. I can agree with you on that. I mean, like, you kind of form a different type of communication, even you are not using words. I think that would be interesting. Well, the comfort thought I use is knowing that the universe is massive and I really am not important. It is a soothing thought for me. Yeah, I like that, Safar. That kind of is similar to what I said earlier. So I like that. Oh, yeah. I mean, no offense to you, Anna. I meant no works in a hypothetical scenario. I know you are probably the Lord and Savior of books. Probably digging up a huge underground empire and kingdom and saving all those books. But hypothetically, it would be a very interesting experience to think about. Like, if 100 million babies exist and there is nobody to teach them. I need to stay for a moment. Yeah, and there is nobody to sort of teach them a language. 10,000 steps. I need 5,000 more. Who will teach them how to communicate with each other? That would be an interesting statement to think about. Like, it's like, how will they find balance? How will they find peace? I mean, I think one would assume that they could find peace, or maybe they're not. I mean, we don't know. Maybe they'll all fight with each other and pull their hairs and, I don't know. But it'll be a very interesting premise to think about. Yeah, I'm fascinated by how languages evolve and are linked. Yeah, linguistics. I think it is linguistics. I don't know if there is another word for it, but yeah, it is an interesting thing. Like, So one of the things that we have a problem, like, me and Mrs. M have a problem in our marriage, and it's not a problem exactly. I think it is peculiar for our situation because we don't speak each other's native tongue. One of the things that we find it difficult is to express uh, our original thoughts in English, because it's not that we think in our native tongue and then we speak in English. um, I don't even think in my native tongue, I think in English. But sometimes it's kind of difficult for us to communicate exactly what we mean. Like, we have to really pick and choose the right word so that it cannot be interpreted in a different way, if that makes sense. So we go to that level of carefully hand picking, that process of carefully hand picking the right word. I mean, we have fought 100 times because either of us might have taken a wrong English word to say something that we wanted to say, but it might not have been the perfect word. It might not have it been slightly different, and it could mean something else. And after a while of dating and even getting married, we kind of understood that, yeah, I mean, this is not because you know we are mean to each other, or we are bad to each other, or we are angry at each other. It's more on because how we are expressing is different from how we are thinking, if that makes sense. That's a cool thought process. In my Chinese philosophy class, we talked about Zhuangzi, who basically said that the language is not an improvement to humans but a restriction. Very true. um, I don't know if it was Shakespeare. Maybe Anna can say better. She's the wizard of books here. But, um, you know, the words are shackles. Your or your tongue is shackles. I don't know. Somebody said that. Like, there are thoughts that crosses our mind that cannot be expressed in a definitive scripted language. But I also think that because we happen to learn a language in the very early stages of our life, it also restricts our thoughts. Like, we are constrained to the framework of that language and what thoughts that are being expressed in that language, and you get continuously exposed to the ideas that are expressed only in that language. So that kind of makes you construct an imaginary wall where your mind wanders. Your mind doesn't wander beyond that. Yeah, it's a cool thought process to think about, because with language we make up concepts and definitions that want to justify the things that we try to describe. Yeah, exactly. Not a Shakespeare expert. I know. Well, I mean, if there is somebody who's an expert, that's you. Yeah, kids are great. Yeah, kids are great being multilingual. It is. And I have also understood that the more languages you learn, the more um, you know you your thought process expands. So that has been my experience too. Like, my native tongue, I learned it, and then at the age of 12 or 13, I learned another language because we moved places. Then at the age of 18, I learned English, started speaking in English, then moved to another place for my work. I learned that language. Yeah, then couple of other languages that I can barely speak. So as I was learning each of those languages, I was able to express my thoughts in a much more vivid manner, if that makes sense. I think there is so much to learn about communicating, like how music and nature just feels like it's communicating. Yeah, it does. Very true. Um, it's a fascinating philosophy. Like, what do we even mean by communicating? Like, is it something that we understand, or is it something that we are receiving? Like, oftentimes you receive something that you understand differently or you interpret differently, and that's the entire premise of magic. It's completely based on deception and misdirection. So the things that you receive may not be what you visually like understand, and there is definitely two tiers to it. Yeah, it's probably a rabbit hole. I think so. um, but yeah, I mean, and this might be a controversial, I mean not controversial, but this might be a take that maybe a lot of us might be thinking too, like the the problems that currently we see, be it political or be it um, race or creed or religion or whatever. I think a lot of those problems are coming also because like we don't have a standardized way to communicate, and that's why debate occur, because we understand things differently, we believe in things differently, because we are exposed to things differently. So, and if there was one language, I guess that might be interesting. But because we have our human language, which we don't pay much attention to that anymore. Back then, where we were still did cave paintings and lived out in nature, we probably had a very deeper connection to it. Yeah, very true. I mean, people would be able to read what wind meant, what water's flow meant, or what its smell meant. Maybe they would be able to understand like what it meant, and that's what we are missing. We only interpret what we receive. We don't really understand what it means. That Dan Brown book that I complained about blew my mind a bit. Yeah, I kind of remember that book. You were talking about it. The theme in it was noetics, the scientific study of thought. Mm, interesting. I need to get back to reading books. I'm telling you, like I'm spending too much time on streaming and on Twitter, which I should not. I think that affects my mental health, and I should get back to reading. It talked about a theory that the brain is more like a radio, receiving different channels, but not always ones we are aware of, which would explain why we feel so different listening to music, extra. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it perfectly makes sense, and that is also the reason why movies have different level of criticisms according to the beliefs held by the critics. The way they receive is completely different from one another, partially because the framework with which what they see a movie or listen to a song is completely different from what the other person might. Secret of secrets. Cool. No spoilers, but the ending both impressed me and pissed me off. Okay. Yeah. I might have to pick up that. That sounds really cool. Yeah. Same funny. I used to read a lot and now I feel like I don't have time while at the same time spending time on my phone. Yeah. You can do both with audiobooks. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but no, audiobooks are definitely great. Um, maybe because I'm not a habitual reader and that's why it is happening. Um, I cannot, sometimes I have to go back and read one paragraph even. I've just read it like 5 minutes ago. Like, for example, have you ever had an instance where you flip a page and you read, and then again you have to flip back and then you have to read again just to make sure that you understood it right? Like, I kind of do that. So, and for that reason, of course, you can also rewind in audiobooks, no doubt about it. But I think books kind of takes me to that place, if that makes sense. Like, when I read words, I'm able to visualize better versus when I listen to them. So, yeah. So, it makes a lot of sense for me to pick up a book versus an audiobook. You can do both. Audiobooks aren't for everybody. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, nothing on audiobooks. I mean, it works great for many people. I don't know. Yeah, true. Maybe that's a good way to get back into books all the time. I'm a professional disassociator. Yes. What was the word I coined for you, Anna? BOA, right? Bibliophilic olfactory analysts. Sometimes I just don't like the voice of the person reading. you know, Ami, like, you can actually change the voice, actually. I mean, it is possible, I guess. Certain genres work better than others on audio, and yes, nothing worse than a horrible. Yeah, yeah. If you narrate bad, then it's kind of like, you know, kind of weird. I know I did a few. So yeah, Ami. So just to give you a little bit of context, Anna does a weekly kind of stream where she brings in a bunch of books from a box, and she smells them one by one, and she explains what the book is, like smelling the book, and like having the feel of it, how the hardcover it is. It's part of her thing while explaining the book, and what the context of that book, and like what it is about, whether it is a good book, and what she felt while reading it. So, and peculiarly enough, she smells the book and she says, this is a good book. Yeah, it smells weird. And that kind of goes into her review. So I jokingly created a profession for her, which is probably the only one. I mean, probably she's the only one who um, does it. So bibliophilic olfactory analysis, or BOA, which is also like, because she's a snake person. So bibliometrics retrieval interface. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's for storing books, right? Yeah. Certification. Yeah, certified bibliophilic olfactory analysis. Yeah. Bibliometrics retrieval interface. I know I am crazy. I don't know why I invent professions, but I'm kind of crazy that way. So that's pretty cool. The smell of a good book is definitely important. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I have this habit of buying only hardcovers, and my wife gives me a lot of grief about it. Like, they're obviously expensive than your regular, paperback. So, like, it's kind of weird. I'm a book sniffer myself. Yeah. Book sniffer club? Definitely. I literally time stamped the live stream with those. Oh, okay. That's nice. Yeah, I come up with these weird terms for everything. You should, I mean, probably I should live stream my, you know, um, dinner table. It's an interesting thing. Like, so my wife, she and we both talk in a very nuanced way. I don't know if it is nuanced or if it is a more technical and complex way. So we talk like that, and in our household, we apportion the things. We don't just take the things. um, we distribute salt, we just don't spread salt. It just, I don't know, it's just fun things. I think probably corporate lingo coming in. Randomly we pick up these words and we make weird stuff. So I got to declutter really badly now that you mentioned that. OMG, me too. I have at least 3 boxes of books that need to be shelved, but where? I don't know. I think probably you'll have to get rid of some books. Anna. Yeah, so there is that. Um, I have to speak 6 languages also. Yeah, I do. I do. I have to probably invent words for things and assign professions, and that's probably a way where you kind of remember things. Um, you need one of those magical story things from Harry Potter where you ever. Yes, absolutely. You know, I don't know. I mean, Storagio or something. I don't know. I mean, probably that was a poor take. Maybe I should come up with something, some spell for it. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be fun, I think. Spells for real life. Yeah. I just wish there was a spell to get rid of stupid people that you interact with on a daily basis. That would be amazing. If you think about it. Like intelligence, yo. And one should just feel a kick and then they should suddenly start speaking intelligently. That would be nice. I don't know. I wish you could mute people in real life. No, I mean, I wish. I mean, muting is a good thing. It's an awesome thing, I think, because you can just unclutter what they say, but at the same time, we will still be in trouble if they expect a response. I would rather them immediately become like a lizard. Have you seen lizard? Like, lizard just goes through the wall, and it just looks like this, and it comes back the same way. It looks again, with its small head. It turns its head, and it looks, and it goes in round, and it does not know what to do. So that kind of what we call as lizard brain. You kind of forget immediately what you thought of. So I want that to happen, like like that flash that you have in Men in Black, where they kind of give short-term amnesia. That would be nice. Spontaneous lizard, yes. Yeah, spontaneous lizard. That would be really nice. Like you walk into a place and you're like, why did I come here? Like, what was I going to say? I think that is also because we have too many parallel thoughts running. But anyway, I wish I sometimes would just not give a f about what people do or say. Welcome to my world, Amy. I already don't. um, I don't give. The moment I started standing up for myself and like broke out of being polite at the cost of at a personal cost of my dignity, peace, or mental space, trust me, I became a different person. And yes, I lost some relationships I had, um, professional and personal, but I started feeling much better about who I am and what I'm here for. And like it brought a lot of clarity. Yes, you know I know, like you Germans are too nice at everyone, so probably I don't know if you will be able to do it, um, but you know, it's a it's a trait. It's still it's an amazing trait to get ignore the people and just ignore their opinion and just don't get bothered by what they say. For real, I don't understand the lizard brain theory. Yeah, I am having lizard brain at times. I don't know what I'm talking at times. Sometimes I just lose this train of thought, and then I try to get back on it, but then I realize that I'm on a different track. Pun intended. But anyway, obviously I'm fascinated by animal intelligence. Obviously, yeah. I mean, of course they're intelligent. So I still gotta get better at that. Yeah. Probably, yeah. Humans are the only species that lie, so I never know what the heck is going on. Is that true though? Don't dogs and cats pretend that they're sick or they're injured just to, uh, you know, like just to not get a negative reaction from their humans? Um, yeah, but maybe they're not lying. Maybe they're thinking that that's the expected response. So they're probably thinking more from a cause and effect perspective. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Anna. Like, yeah, we lie. So no, I mean, yeah, I mean, they may not even be exceptions, like it might be like cause and effect. Um, you know, I think it's probably like, they think that, hey, if I stand still, then the human will just leave, or if I just purr as a cat, then the human will just give me some food. I don't know. It might be cause and effect. It might not be something that's lying. Maybe that's how they are wired in their brain. Like, okay, if I do this, I get this. You know. Mewing is also just them thinking that how we talk as humans. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, but the point is like birds will fake a broken wing to distract a predator. Doesn't work on me because I know they're doing it. Well, you're not a predator either, so that's that. Uh, but yeah, it's kind of, I think they have adapted to the you know um, nature's responses, and that's interesting too if you think about it. Like, how do they know, how does a bird know to fake a broken wing? Like, is it taught to them, or have they seen it? Do that many occurrences happen in the bird's life or bird's world where you know every other bird will fake these things once in a while so that the others get to see it, the young ones get to see it and learn it? Or is it something that's wired in their DNA? Like, it's an interesting thing. Like, when do they learn this stuff for the first time? Right? Like, somebody had to have learned. They have egg brain. I would imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine so. It's a fascinating stuff. Yeah, like what's the starting point of the cumulative learning of that species for an individual animal? You know, it's an interesting thing. In some species, it's taught, but a lot is genetic or something, because it trends in only certain species. Ah, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, um, yeah, I'm sure it is taught somewhat. Just crazy that people think animals are dumb and they can actually sense our emotions and understand their intentions behind words. You can deceive humans, but probably not an animal. Yeah, that's probably very true. Yeah, I mean, and they also have, I think, an unfalsified memory. I think humans have a chance or possibility to falsify our memories, like the experiences that we have. We may relive them in our memory as something different. So we might create a falsified memory too. Um, but animals, for that matter, I would imagine that once they have created a core memory, they are able to succinctly relive them without any falsification whatsoever. So that's probably the reason why dogs and cats, like owners who abuse animals, dogs. So the moment the human, just lifts the hand, um, they make that sound of fearful of being, you know, hit, or maybe reliving the pain. Birds that flock are like dogs. They have hierarchy and respond to social pressure. Yeah, I would imagine. Um, yeah, they might have social pressure. Yeah. Hawks are like cats, solitary and do what they want. Yeah. But I think a group of cat, like a litter of cat, right? Yeah, a litter of cats. I think, or litter of kittens. I don't know. English is weird. Anyway, a group of cats, they also have their own social hierarchy. I've always seen when there are a group of cats, there is always a de facto leader, like the alpha cat. Like, they pick someone, but when they're individual, they're aloof. But when they're in a group, now I do not know if those individual cats are subscribing to a cat sociology, but I would imagine that they understand that somebody is stronger or older or wiser. you know Animals tend to think in pictures, not words. There's a famous animal trainer who is autistic and wrote some great books about it. Her name is Temple Grandin. Ooh, that's very interesting. They think in pictures. Huh. You mean to say they think in pictures or they retrieve their memory in pictures? Because they are two different things. Because we also think in pictures, don't we? Like, if I'm thinking of, say, making pan-seared chicken, what I see in front of my eyes, in my mind, is a black pan, and I hear the sear sound, and I see chicken, marinated chicken, being carefully put on, and that's like an image, a still image that comes to my mind. Like, yeah, if I really think about it, probably a moving image, but the first thought is always a still image. That's interesting. I'd have to reread how she words it in her book. Yeah, yeah. Some people can't think in pictures. I had someone in my live stream that told me. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, then am I the weird guy? Because I think in pictures. Hopefully, I'm not. Yeah. I think of work. I immediately, the picture that comes to my mind is my work desk. Hmm. My nephew can't. He has a fantasia. So he can't think in pictures. He can't dream. He can't construct a visual imagery of what he wants. I guess it's a mix of both words and pictures. I'm a very visual person. Yeah, I mean, I'm only a visual person. Like, words don't come to my mind at all. Like, it's just pictures. Um, Interestingly enough, I have a picture for words that cannot be visualized too. Now, I don't know how to express them. Oh my god, are we even going to a rabbit hole of psychology? I don't know. I have a picture for reliability. I have a picture for cruelty. I have a picture for consciousness. I have a picture for the word feelings, anger. Does that make sense? Like, I don't see the word anger. I have a self-constructed picture of an anger. Haha, no, I think the norm is to think in pictures. Okay. Yeah, which is why there isn't a word for people who don't. Okay. He can't picture something in his mind. He just remembers what it is. It blows my mind. My God. Okay. He can't picture something in his mind. My man is going to be a bad witness, I'm telling you. Like, when the character artist comes, sketch artist comes, and he's like, Mr. Nephew, could you describe how the person was looking like when he robbed your store? And the person, and your nephew goes like, um, the guy was a guy, and I can't think of anything else. Yeah, but that's quite interesting. Like, my God. It's like imagining an apple versus imagining freedom. Exactly, yeah. It's not a direct visual, but as you're saying, we do assign it. Yeah, I would assume so. Like, I think probably we are assigning it, and definitely, like, based on our experiences and childhood memories and what we've been told and what we have been exposed to, I think we are assigning images to words. But the thing is, I don't know if it is a word and a picture thing. Like, I can only think of pictures. There are even people that can't make up mind scenarios or thoughts other than talking or perceiving in the moment. Okay. That must be very difficult, I would imagine. Like the way, yeah, like how Microsoft narrator explains, you have moved your cursor to the left hand corner. Double click for opening the file. Huh. That is going to be very difficult. My nephew, I literally can't. Exactly. Exactly. Must be kind of chill, to be honest. I don't know. I would imagine, is it not difficult? Like, if they can't make up scenarios, say for example, um, I make up a scenario that I will get hit by a car, and that's why I don't cross the road when the street light is flashing red. And when the hand is no longer red and it has a walking symbol in white, I walk, I cross the road. The reason why I don't, A, my memory helps me to remember that there is a rule that exists which I need to be compliant to. B, I am also visualizing the fact that I'll get hit and I'll get injured. I don't know how people can read without seeing in their minds. Yeah, I don't know either. Same, Anna, even when I think I kind of read out words in my brain like silent reading. Yeah, I mean, I do that. Yeah, I mean, there is an inner voice that comes in when I talk. I'm sorry, when I read. Huh. He can think about it, he just doesn't see it. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that's exactly how blind people, like people who don't have the visual ability, how they must be feeling. I would imagine like that's exactly how it is. Like they have not seen colors, so what is darkness to them? What is light to them? Or what is, like, what is fear to them? I would imagine. I had to help him with. One second, let me just bring this a little closer, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to see. Yeah, this is better. I had to help him with school, so I had to learn about it. Okay, so I mean, just out of curiosity, like, how does that impact in his school? Like, he's not able to visualize when there is a math problem that says, like, imagine there are 5 chocolates and one chocolate was taken out, and he is not able to imagine 5 chocolates. But yeah, crazy thought to read a book but not having the imagination of the place or people. they read about. Almost sad to think about. Yeah, it is. It is almost like the only way that person with aphantasia can perceive a certain thing is probably by looking at that image or looking at that movie, you know. OMG, the concept of color is something I think about constantly. What if you're seeing green but I'm calling it pink? Yeah, but then there are also, you know, like I understand the issue with interpretation and how the brain signals interpret it, but we have achieved enough advancements in science to see the wave of colors, like the light waves and how the waves are, and based on that we assign a code or assign a degree of, you know, that wave, and that's how the colors are perceived. And I would say this is just law of large numbers. If enough number of people see it as X color, then I think it is that color. So it's challenging for him, but he's dealt with his whole life. So like you said, it's a blind person now visualizing. It's yeah, I just can't imagine, you know. Goes back to the thing that we were talking about language, right? Like if none of us knew that we could make sounds with our mouth, you know, like curving our mouth and using our tongue and teeth and the gums, and we would only probably make sounds like you know, just that. And but still a civilization survived out of it, you know, and there was a continuation of life. We didn't kill each other. So how did that happen? You know, that would be an interesting thing to note. Like, yeah, definitely. One of my most memorable conversations was asking a friend who is blind how she dreams. She said it's just like when she's awake. Wow. Wow. So she dreams through audio means? She hears voices? You know, it's very interesting. Like when I dream, I understand, and I even sometimes hear what people mouth, like not hear, like see what people mouth with their, you know, the words that they mouth. But I never hear a sound. Is that weird? Like I don't hear anything. And you know, I have this, you know, weird thought, but I'll first read the comments. I thought about it that too, with that color is fascinating. She must just being aware of whether, yeah, I think she must just be aware of the where the sounds are coming, but it has to be auditory, I would assume. My thought is, there was this internet thing going on, like nobody dreams a smartphone in their dreams, you know, which is kind of true in my case and in M's case. Has that happened to you both? Like nobody ever dreams a smartphone. I'm like, huh, is it so? Wow, I never thought about how a blind person would dream. I didn't even realize that I don't hear my dreams, I guess. Or do I? I don't even know. Well, I know for a fact that I don't hear my dreams. Like I don't hear any sounds. I know somebody is speaking. I know there is a conversation that is going on, but there is no distinct inflection of sounds that are going up and down. I can't hear them. I don't think a smartphone has made an appearance actually. Yeah. You hear in your dreams? Okay, that's good. At least, you know, we have some people I think I had dreams about smartphone before. Sorry for no. So dreams about communicating, yes. Dreams about using a smartphone like this, talking, or it ringing, taking it from your pocket, yes. Have you really seen the interface? Have you really seen the, you know, like algorithm or the screen? I do hear in my dreams. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, you have. I am pretty sure. Okay, I mean, probably your brain is something that we need to dissect on, and we need to understand, why do you see them at all? So the theory goes like this: that humans, smartphones have not been ingrained in the human psyche. It's just been around for the last 20 years. So people don't dream them because it's not part of our DNA, it's not part of our thing. Probably because I use it for YouTube all the time, so it made its way into dreams. At this point, very possible. Very, very possible. Yeah, that's very possible. And the other thing that I do always dream is also, probably you all would have dreamed this, about losing my teeth. Like the teeth would just like shake on it, it would just wobble, and then I just press on it and it would just come down and I can taste the teeth in my mouth. I've tasted it multiple times in my dreams, which is super weird. I don't know why I dream that often. Like every 1 in 15 dreams. Oh, I almost lost my teeth here. Every 1 in 15 dreams, I have this dream. I don't know, like it's super weird actually. It's fascinating to me that how we dream of animals or elements as key elements. Interestingly, I have never dreamt an animal before. Like to reflect our emotions. No, I dream of losing my teeth. I always like once in 10 days, once in not 10 days, once in 10 dreams or once in 8 dreams. I dream of losing my teeth, like bunch of teeth coming, and there is no pain, but the teeth just wobbles. It just wobbles and it's just in my mouth. Yeah, teeth. Yeah, teeth. I don't know. Yeah. I have dreams with blurry vision a lot. I even asked my eye doctor. She had no idea. Well, I would imagine dreams have nothing to do with sight. So because it happens in your, what is it called? Prefrontal cortex. My key dream of elements are water, and waves and oceans are wild water and other, and often snakes when it's animals. Or cars. Okay, that took a different turn. Cars make sense. You're German. Water and snakes. Very interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. I never dream of. Your Chinese element is water? Oh, okay. You have a lot where you fly to? Yeah, that's because you are in falconry probably. I'm just guessing out loud. I don't know honestly. But that could probably it, I guess. Dude, you guys are having cool dreams. What I usually dream of is either I'm falling and I'm losing my teeth, or yeah, or I am, like it is about me rushing to some place, not through car, through a force, more like I don't know if it is a teleportation. I don't think it is a teleportation. It is more like a pressure rocket kind of thing, but the transport is via ground, more like a flash. So that's a very weird thing. For me, it's losing my. Oh my god! Oh my god! It is turning dark now. That's definitely dark. Well, I mean, so I have started searching about this losing limbs and losing teeth. I mean, not about losing limbs, but getting an injury and losing teeth. And at least what I have read about it says that it relates to childhood trauma or difficult situations, and pretty much sounds right, both for us, me and me and myself. So that makes sense. So it's kind of a manifestation of a situation that is unwanted, that you relive in your psyche again and again because it's unresolved. So yeah, there is that. Having a trauma aware therapist changed my life for the better. But yeah, it does seem. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, it's similar with snake dreams, apparently, what I heard. Oh, is it? Okay. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Well, I mean, we just tough it out. I mean, we are like, I have the trauma, I have to speak to you, I have to pay you, then why do we need a therapist? so yeah, I think I just tough it out, suppress a lot of things I can't even remember, like, whatever that happened to me. My wife constantly asks, like, she always says, you never say anything from your childhood, and I tell her that honestly I can't even remember. I don't even remember what really happened. I know something happened, and I know I was not happy about it. So, I think I just suppressed it, which is probably not a good thing. So, my snakes are such weirdos though. Okay. You should read The Courage to be Disliked. It's about Adlerian theory that trauma doesn't exist. I don't agree with him, but it's interesting. Huh. That's very interesting actually. Adlerian theory. Courage to be disliked. Yeah. If you think about it, I mean, I have not even read the book. I don't even know what the concept is, but I'm just like expressing what I feel like. I think it's true. It kind of comes from a very nihilistic perspective that a trauma can only exist if you believe in the fact that the whatever that happened in the past has consequences in the future. If you think about it, like, using the theories of Alfred Adler, one of the three giants of 19th century psychology alongside Freud and Jung. The authors explain how we are all free to determine our own future of free of shackle. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Like, the past experiences, it only happens, like, you only believe in trauma if you think that the past experiences you have is a way and means to think that your future is being shaped by it. And if you don't think that the future is shaped by your past, and that only that matters is your actions in the present, the now, then empirically I don't think you will believe in trauma. Or in fact, for that matter, even in karma, you will not believe in karma. Basically, people use trauma justifying behavior and not allowing themselves to use their potential. Yeah, makes sense, yeah. Oh, I lived in a traumatic household and my father abused me, so I get to beat up my child, kind of thing. Yeah, no. That's what it says on Goodreads. Being scared of being happy or successful because we are scared we are not capable of it. Huh. Yeah. No, that's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, him and Freud and Young were back in the gang. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've not been able to. Maybe I don't fully understand it. Maybe that's why I've not been able to accept Freud as much as I used to in my early teens. Like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense these days. I don't know. Trauma is very physically real thing for me with PTSD though. Yes. Now, I would imagine there is a philosophical element to trauma, and then there is a deterministic element to trauma. Like, for example, um, you know, somebody who is injured in an accident and has to limp forever is definitely surviving with the consequence of an action, whether or not it's theirs, but somebody's. Um, so I would definitely say, from a deterministic standpoint, traumatic or trauma related incidents definitely have, um, you know, it cascades, like, that kind of goes into it. But um, from a abstract or from a philosophical perspective, like, trauma shaping one's mind, um, it does. Maybe it instills a certain amount of fear, but it is not something that cannot be conquered. What I'm trying to say is, like, there are two things that we know for sure, like trauma that physically imprints or leaves something that affects your body and your life, your way of life, and the psychological effects of trauma that one thinks that cannot be overcome. And I think, you know yeah, that's more or less, yeah, it's like that. um, that disease, right? Munchausen's. So Munchausen's is a disease, psychological disease, where one thinks that they're constantly under sickness and that they need to be taken care of and they need hospital supervision, like doctor supervision, and their health is in decline, or they need attention and they need to be in the present. So it's like Munchausen's. Is it an actual mental disease? Yes. Is it curable? I don't know. I'm not an expert. But is it possible for us to overcome it? Maybe. I think so. Yeah. Young is even better than. Yeah. Young. Yeah, Young. I have not read a lot of books on Young, but Young is quite weird. Same with Nish. Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing a pattern. Yeah, I know what that pattern is. I'm excited that it's being studied more, for sure. There is also research on heartbreak, how it physically manifests, yeah, poor sleep, higher heartbeats, poor cycle. Yeah. OMG, my phone just reminded me to go to bed. I got lost in good conversation. Good night. Yeah, good night, Anna. Thank you for hanging out. And I know it's 9:30. I should probably go too. I have to go to office tomorrow, and it was fun hanging out. I know I think we touched upon a lot of topics. I don't know. It's just conversation just naturally and organically went one from another, and that's what I wanted to. Like, I'm a person that likes to talk about things. um, yeah. Did I hit my goal? Good question. No. But I will walk. I have 12,958 steps. So that's 13,000 steps. I have 2,000 more steps. I'm going to walk after a while. I have to do my dishes. Then I'll probably come back and do my walking. I need to hit that 15,000 steps. Need to drop that 40 pounds somehow. So, yeah. It really was nice talking to you. Yeah, it is always nice talking to you, Ami, and obviously you, Anna. Um, yeah, yeah. That's the best kind of conversation, right? We need to be able to freely express anything. So, yeah. We need a bonfire and camping session in somewhere. 100%. And beer. Definitely, and beer. Admirable try. Good night. Yeah. Good night, Anna. Good night, Ami, too. I'm going to go now. I'm going to do the dishes. Then I'm going to come back and get my 2,000 steps done. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for being here. And we'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye bye.